Hi, I'm Bruno from Mexico City. Today I'll demonstrate the usage of an oscillator, of a synthesizer, sorry, called Subtractor. And then we'll analyze many aspects and compare it with a simple synthesizer, sorry again, that we saw on the videos on class. Okay, so the first part of a synthesizer would be the oscillator. In this case, we have two different oscillators, oscillator 1 and oscillator 2. Simple as that, it generates two different signals and it makes them sound at the same time. An interesting thing is that you have many waveforms to choose from. You have your classic ones, the ramp, square, triangle, sine, but other different ones that emphasize other harmonics. For example, this one, the 14 is one I work with a lot, which generates more like organ sounds. Okay, so more or less you can tweak that to make a more organ sound or to make a different sounds. We have two different types of modulation here. This little button here, the ring modulation, sums or multiplies both signals, oscillator 1 and oscillator 2, to make much interesting sounds. So let's hear a quick sample. Okay, so 14 and 13, whatever harmonics they emphasize, it adds them together and makes more interesting sounds. And also FM modulation, which it's a more complex kind of modulation, but what I understood is that it makes oscillator 1 a carrier waveform that modulates oscillator 2, and it creates also other interesting sounds, more harsh to my ear, but you can do many creative things with that. And you can also add noise as white noise or other types of noise, and it has many controls that you can use to modify this. Okay, so let's hear a little bit of that. Okay, so in the back there's this noise added with this control. Then we pass to the filter part of our oscillator, of our synthesizer. Sorry for the third time. The filter one lets you select amongst many different type of filters: a notch filter, a high pass, band pass filter, low pass, and a low pass with a more pronunciated slope. Here's the frequency it affects, the resonance. Those are variables that we analyze on the videos, and a very interesting thing called KBD, which stands for keyboard, which what it does is that moves the frequency of the filter as you play the higher notes, so the higher notes don't lose too much brightness. Okay, and we have also a filter 2, which we can link together, and the filter 2 is just a low pass filter, as we saw on the videos of the course. And finally we get to the amp envelope, which is as simple as in the synthesizer we saw on the videos on class. It has the attack time, the decay time, the sustain level, and the release time. It functions exactly the same, and it has also many other interesting things. For example, the LFO 1 and 2, we have two different LFOs that you can select to modify some different aspects of the synthesizer, like the oscillator frequency, the filter frequency, the FM modulation, the phase, or the mix, which is basically the level. And we have also other two, I think they're very interesting, which is the mod envelope and the filter envelope. What it does, for example, in the filter, is that it sets a time in which the filter, for example, if we modify the attack, it sets a time in which the filter will start to act, and every variable functions exactly the same as in the app envelope, but it works for the filter. Okay, so there are many other things to analyze with this synthesizer here. It's very complete, I think, but for the sake of this video, it's we're done at this part. Okay, so I hope it's useful for any Coursera users or any recent users, and see ya.